Welcome everyone to JFace Games. I'm excited about this video today. Today we are going to be talking about the saving throw system. So we've talked about, defending against attack as the defense dice, but we never talked about, well, what happens if someone's casting a spell or you have to make some sort of check? Is it all just the defense dice? Because then that becomes a god dice, which would be a problem, right? So today we're talking about saving throws, and I'm excited about this one because this is one of those moments where something dawns on you, you get excited about it, and you hope it's a good idea, and so I'm bringing it forward to you guys. So, first off, you can always go to this. This is the rules as written currently, and I'll put a link in the doobly-doo. It's in our about page for the website, but I'll put one directly in the doobly-doo here, so you can click on it. But if you come here and you go to the table of contents, we'll first talk about backgrounds. So we've talked about backgrounds before. It's the idea that, in essence, it's the same background skills system from 13th Age, right? We're just borrowing that because it's so good in terms of like RP. So the idea here being that you're going to take soul points that are the currency for building your character. And one of the things you can do with those soul points is you can buy backgrounds, right? It's going to be X amount of soul points to create your first background, and then every time you put another point into it, it increases the number of skill points you have in that background, right? So the example here being this person could be a blacksmith 2, farmer 1, and therefore whenever they have to make a check for a skill, they can say, well, because I was a blacksmith, I'm really good at yada, 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 and so I'm going to roll my D20 plus 2 because I get that skill, okay? So you have backgrounds and you have skills. Now, how does this play into saving throws? So the idea behind saving throws is that, we'll come down here, is that in essence, we're taking the saving throw system, because I like the terms from 4E D&D, fortitude, reflex, and will save. I just like those three sort of concepts. And what we're going to do is you're going to have these three saving throws, fortitude, reflex, and will. And then you're going to have your backgrounds, right? You can then attach one of these saving throw types, fortitude, reflex, or will, whichever one you want, to a background. But it costs points to do so, okay? So you can see here, this person's a guard 3, tailor 1. X amount of points, we don't know about that. We just don't know the currency yet in terms of points, but X amount of points, this person then attaches their fortitude save to their guard background. Now, say they want to attach reflex and will to this same background. Well, in order to do that, it costs more, substantially more. So that's that risk reward. Yes, I could just be a badass in terms of I get my guard background up to like 8, and I've also attached fortitude, reflex, and will to it. Great, but that's come at the cost of now I don't have a lot of powers, and maybe my attribute dice aren't that great, so it's a risk reward. So I love this idea, right? Because it once again, it ties into that customization. You can do whatever you want. There's just a cost to things. And this 3x, 5x, that might change. We're going to have to figure out what the currency is of soul points throughout the system in general, but that might change. But I like this idea now because, one, it can make thematic sense, right? Because you can say, yeah, I'm going to attach this to my guard because I think that, my guard ability made me more durable, right? So fortitude, guard, perfect. And then you say, maybe my tailor, or maybe you had something on there that's like, I don't know, like fishing, I was a fisherman. I'm gonna put my reflex on that because there was a lot of twitch to it. There was a lot of, who knows? And then you could put will onto either one of those, or you make a third one, right? But then when you make the 3 and you attach one to each, yes, it costs less to attach them to each, but you might have thinned yourself out in terms of what are the pluses you actually have for those, right? So I really am excited about this idea. I think it's a clean, easy way, and I'm now imagining more of this character sheet of being very clean and easy, where it's attributes, dice right next to them, backgrounds, what did you choose, how many points are in it, what are the saving throws you've attached to those. That's a nice, clean little area. And then you would have your feats and whatnot, but feats and powers, etc. So anyways, this is just taking a look at if you come to this page, you can see here that I added a lot of pictures recently to try and explain all of the different concepts of the system as it's written currently. And so all the videos sort of we put together, this page has a lot of the descriptions of how all these mechanics work, right? So you can come up here to this table of contents and you can see it goes through what are soul points, attributes, skills, proficiency. That's gone now, and if you click on it, it doesn't say anything. Actions, what are the different types of actions? How does movement work? How does trauma work? How does turning health into spark points worth? What are spark points? How does effort work? Defense and saving throws, feats and powers. This is the next big hurdle, right? This is the next thing that's going to be coming down the pipeline, and I'm going to start creating something here. I will do a video soon about how I'm going about trying to even create these, because to be honest, this is a this could be a stall out if I'm not careful. You know, I could do a paralysis of analysis if I'm not careful. So I've got to make a really nice, clean way of kind of starting to build this. So that's it. Short video on the concept of saving throws. I'm really excited about it, but I really want to hear your comments. So once again, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave some comments. See you guys.